I just bought a Cricut Joy Xtra and I've never used a Cricut before. So let's see how this goes. So this is how it comes. Boom. Dun, 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 dun. This is probably the manual. This is how she looks. One Cricut marker to do handwritten cards, the power cable, and the power cable. This thing. So let's get into what is a Cricut, who would want it, what is it used for, and how much did I pay for my Cricut? The Cricut is a smart cutting device that cuts specific, intricate designs and shapes. I got the Cricut Joy Xtra, which is their beginner-friendly machine, kind of just put your toe in the water to test things out. Usually people will use it for creating vinyls, to create stickers, to cut out cardboards, to cut out papers. But I'm going to be using it to make felt eyes for my amigurumi crochet projects. It works with 50+ materials, including vinyl, iron-on, and cardstock. Compatible with your home inkjet printer to print then cut full color designs. Cuts intricate designs with precision, writes, draws, foils, and more. Works with popular materials including US letter and A4. The dimensions of this machine is 12.5 inches by 6 inches by 5.5 inches. It weighs 6 pounds. So using the mat, the maximum cut size that you can use is 8.2 by 11.7. But the max cut size using smart materials is 8.5 by 4 feet long. And the cut speed is 5.65 inches per second. And there are other materials that you have to buy in order to use your Cricut Joy Xtra and other Cricut machines. So for one, I got the cutting mats. I got both the light grip one and the standard grip one. The different colors represents different grips to help make sure that your project doesn't move. I got this off of Amazon. I will link it in the description below. So these tools just help to remove any excess vinyls that you don't need, and to help remove the small details, such as the letter D, and you just want to remove the small D in the middle. This is not the Cricut brand though. They have different tools on Amazon, and this one had good reviews, so I just bought this one. But like I said, I'm going to be using this machine primarily to be cutting felt. So it does not say on the website that it is compatible with using felt, but I've seen other people on TikTok and YouTube showing how they are able to cut with felt. So I'm going to see if it actually does work. Let's open this up and let's see what they have in here. They have all these pamphlets, just instructions. And they do have this activate your machine, cricut.com/setup. So we will be doing that. A warranty. Oh, this is a smart label. And they do give you a few vinyls and this transfer tape. Oh, that's very interesting. So who would this machine be really great for? It seems like it would be really great for anybody that wants to make stickers, that wants to make logos, that wants to make labels. If you're a teacher and you want to make activities for your kids, you want to decorate your room. This is also really great for birthday ideas. You can just print out your own cake toppers and glue them together. You can make a handmade card with these. It seems like the possibilities of using the machine is endless, and it just depends on your creative imagination. I would definitely recommend looking at other people's ideas for using the Cricut if you're just starting out. Enough yapping about the machine, let's actually use it. Here she is in all her full glory. Boop, boop. So, I see. And I do think that they only come with one needle. The needle pop out. Here is where we will plug in the power cable, and let's turn on the machine. Nice. She's saying hello. Hello to you. I have my laptop here. Let's set up our Cricut. Go to cricut.com/setup. Download software. We're gonna click Joy Xtra and download. So you can also download it for your phone if you want to use it there as well. We're gonna have product setup. Okay, you're gonna create your ID. Now we're gonna open Design Space. So this is the first page of the Cricut Design Space. Let's start a new project. Blank canvas. Set up cutting machine. Okay, Cricut Joy Xtra. I will open my machine. So now it is just connecting the Bluetooth together. Nice. continue. I agree. Awesome. Okay, I guess I have to update the firmware. Now that it's finished updating, it's saying to test the machine, which makes sense why they give me these sample vinyls. This final four. Insert the sheet between the white lines, aligning them, push the sheet forward until it reaches the gray rollers. So I'll be inserting it like this. It just sucked it in. And then we'll just press go. Well, okay, cool. Unload it. And great. You've completed your first cut. Awesome. So this is what it looks like. Well, first, I guess let's see if we can just peel it off. Okay. So it's not as easy. Okay. Oh, nice. Oh, that was pretty easy. Well, we have this now. We have this Cricut. For these, this is what we use. Oh, see? You know what? I mean, I guess you have to be really gentle with that because it did nick that on the side if you're gonna be removing letters. So I guess it's good to practice. You just wanna make sure that when you're lining up the vinyl that it goes under these white flaps, and then you'll push it all the way to the gray rollers, and then it will automatically suck in. So I just bought freezer paper because I did not have any. So let's go iron some felt. I don't know why it's like so difficult. People, they're doing it and they made it seem so easy. Continuous. Okay, that works for me. It's sticking on. That's good. I'm gonna go slow and continuous. And let's see if that works more than just holding it in one place. Okay, yep, that pretty much works. So that was the fastest one. I'm just gonna cut these. It's just supposed to like give it a little bit heat to just like melt the wax a little bit to give it some adhesive, but it should be easily removed as a sticker. Now that our felt is on our freezer paper, let's put it on our mats. This is where this comes in. This doesn't come with the machine. You will have to buy this separately. I've heard that there are other brands besides Cricut that you can buy their mats, but for the sake of this is my first time, I bought the Cricut one. I'm going to use their standard grip and make sure to keep the clear cover. Yep, that was nice. So the edges are not sticky, but this middle part with the grid is sticky. So the toolkit does come with this. It's not really supposed to be used for this. I did buy like a separate roller for these kind of things, but because I don't have it yet, I'm going to use this. Now we're gonna go on Cricut Space to design our eyes. I'm just gonna start from like past one and then past one because I just wanna make sure that I have enough space. Or maybe this one might be better. Delete this. We're gonna rotate this 90, a bit bigger. What color is this? White. How it would look. Bring forward. I want to see how it would look. Zoom, 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 zoom. Yeah, kind of like this. tools, draw, yep. Make it bigger. Oh, okay, hold on. There we go. Color drop that. Okay, perfect. That is looking good. Download. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, maybe I can do that on Canva Pro. Oh, I didn't realize that. Download it. Transparent background. Yep, download. I guess that's like a Canva Pro thing. Upload image. Browse. Nope, just kidding. Nice. Okay, this one's gonna be green. Zoom in, like 45. So this is how the eye is looking. Nice. So we're gonna separate these. We're gonna save this as eye. The Cricut Joy Xtra doesn't come with a pre-made felt material setting. We're going to create that. How we do it is that we go into your settings, click your name and go to settings, to machines, start to create your custom material, select your little guy, go scroll all the way to the bottom to add a new material. We're gonna label this felt, save. So for me, what I'm gonna do is go to 350 and we're gonna do it 2 times. Save, and now we're gonna see it is here. Done. This is my stuff. We're gonna customize it to add double of everything, because usually when I'm creating eyes, I will have 2 eyes, not just a cyclops. Finally, we're getting to the good part. We're gonna hide this because we're gonna make our beans first, which is actually just the green. Make sure to line it up correctly. I'm gonna put it here just in case. Continue, browse the materials. We should have created one. Yep, I'll just bookmark that just in case. Done. Default pressure, fine point, load matte, load the matte. Okay. Oh, okay, so I just realized that it comes out on the other side and I had a bunch of stuff there. So let me just clean that. So that seemed like a sign to tape my work actually, because I did see other people do that. I'm just gonna use some painter's tape and then I just folded that over. Now we're gonna load it back again. You wanna make sure that the back of your Cricut has enough space for the mat to come out. So you don't wanna be blocking it. I'm gonna load this in. So you saw how like I still didn't have enough space in the back, so that's just good to know. Let's go. So this is what it looks like. It actually didn't really cut all the way through. You can see that this one came out not that bad. I'm just gonna remove that. But this one was not that good. We're just gonna remove that and see how that looks up close. So this is the first one, this one's the second one. The second one came out, you know, a little bit better than the first one. It might be because they're really small, but I like this one. Much easier, much better than what I would have done. So I kind of want to try it again. So it seems like it didn't work because the first time that it passed through, the felt got removed, easily removed from the freezer paper. So that is probably why. It might not be the Cricut, it was just my method of doing it. So we're gonna load it with a different design and maybe that will be better because then I'll have to like iron again and nah. So with that pressure, it did cut into my mat. Also, these mats are like not that expensive, so it's okay if like they get like cut up. But I'm just letting you guys know. Yeah, see, it's like already like coming out. This is not something that you can just like freezer paper and then do it, like freezer paper in bulk and then put it in the machine. You have to like do it one at a time. I'm going to do this and then I will be back. A bit of adjustments that I did here. Made it smaller, okay? Also taped it. Let's see if that changes anything. It's also just like freshly pressed in. And go. Okay, unload. And then let's see. So this is what it looks like when it came out. I don't know why the first cut is just like always not that great, but the second cut is good. Maybe the first cut's just not that good. I'm gonna try to do it again, and then 3 times, see what happens. This is voiceover Shirley because my audio got messed up. So the first 2 is what we did originally, which was 350 pressure and 2 times cut. Then the 3rd and 4th circles is what I did 3 times cut, same pressure, 350. And then the 5th and 6th circles were a mistake and they only cut 1 time at 350 pressure. And then the last 2 circles, I'm actually not sure. I'm pretty sure they were done 2 times, but I'm not sure.
One of these I cut myself. Can you tell which one it is?
The 3 circles on the left is what the Cricut made. And then you see the eye with the white, the green, and the black. That's all what I cut by hand. I still think that what I did was better than the Cricut. Final thoughts on using the Cricut Joy Xtra. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm going to be using it to cut a lot of paper. Okay. As for felt, so they are really great at cutting these large pieces. As for these smaller pieces, not so much because they get caught easily. So small details, not so much. But I will say that this is much better. Like this is a very good starting point for me to just trim off the excess than if I was to start from 0 just to that. So I'm going to continue practicing with the settings because maybe I just need to adjust the shape or adjust the size of those smaller pieces and then that'll work. So, but as far as my first impressions go, I love it. I think it's amazing. I can't wait for my family to use it. My mom and my sister are both very good big crafters and it's easy to set up. I mean, there's a lot of materials that you need. If you want to do felt, specifically what I did, you have to buy the felt paper, you have to buy the freezer paper, you have to have painter's tape, you have to buy the cutting mat. You know, it's not that beginner friendly, but beginner friendly-ish. For people who want to use this to make felt eyes, I will say it is definitely worth it than having to spend 2 hours on one eye. This was done maybe in 10 minutes max because I did have to iron on the freezer paper, put the tape in, load it, so. But that's 10 minutes compared to 2 hours, so kind of worth it. And as for paper, love it. Like if you're going to be using this for paper and for cards, like amazing. It's so precise, so detailed. I love it so much. Here are a few tips that I would give you if you are going to use this machine for felt eyes. Now that you got the materials of the felt, tape, the freezer paper, you're gonna first set up the Cricut ready to print right away. So you're gonna you're gonna have the design ready, you're gonna have make it, and then you're gonna select the base material, which is the felt. So the last thing that you need to do before it starts printing is just loading up the cutting mat. So after you do that, then go iron on the freezer paper. I would suggest doing something small like this, not that big, unless you're going to cut a lot. And then you're gonna tape it onto the cutting mat, and then you're gonna feed it into the machine. That for me is the best and fastest way to make sure that the felt is still sticking on the freezer paper. Another tip that I've heard from somebody is using press on vinyl as the highlight in the eyes rather than cutting them, and just so they'll just cut the vinyl and then you just iron on that. So I might do that instead of, if I can't figure this out, then I'll just do that instead. But I do like the 3D effect. Let's break down the cost of everything and how much I paid for everything, including the freezer paper. The freezer paper was like $5-6, rounded up to $6. The machine itself was $147, so rounded up to $148. The cutting mats were about $7. The tools were about $8. The painter's tape, you can probably get a roll for like $3 or $5 max. And then the felt paper was about $10 for a pack of 50 on Amazon. So adding all that up, I paid $179 minus tax. That's not bad. Okay, for $179, you can do all that. And I can make 10,000 eyes probably. No, probably not. Those are my thoughts on the Cricut. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you do have a Cricut, let me know how you like yours. If you have any tips for a beginner, and if you have any tutorials, that would be great for me learning how to start doing vinyls. I hope you have a very good week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.